Hello, ladies and hello, lads and ladies, and welcome back to the channel. How we doing? Welcome, one and all, everyone that has tuned in today. Again, Big League One show on the way. We have got all games from the weekend covered in depth. We're also going to have a season review for every League One football club this season. Again, all 24 teams will have at least a 1 minute season review. Some maybe just need 2 or 3 seconds, put it that way. Not mentioning names, but Crew Alexandra. Again, and then we will also go into Tuesday night's games. Some games in hand are being played, and then also a Q&A to finish at the end, like we always do. We're going to come to the comments before we get going, as we always do. Up the Blues, up lad. Imagine supporting Rotherham. Aye, imagine supporting the team at the top of the league, 9 points clear, on 75 points in the middle of February, and could be on 81 points come Saturday, at 5 o'clock. Yeah, and, could easily go and hit 111 points this season in League One. Imagine that, bar that. Imagine supporting Rotherham, I guess. I'm all good, Joe. How are you, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Even that was poor result for Ipswich. It is a poor result due to the stands that you've set yourself lately, but you were 1-0 down till the 87th minute. You showed character. And you've got to remember, you picked up 24 points in 12 games. In the previous 12 games, you only picked up 20. So, you've improved on that, So, sorry, Cook's previous 12 games, you picked up 20 points, which, isn't really where you need to be at. You probably are where you need to be at now, but if you keep up this form to the end of the season, I do think you'll get into the playoffs. Hello, lads and ladies. Glad we got 4 points. Massive for us up the ticks. By the way, if you're on TikTok, come on, lads. I know, I've lowered myself to download the app. Got a little bit addicted. I thought I'll start posting on here. So give the TikTok a follow. I think we're near 150 followers in the first 24 hours. So it's FDFC Nappers if you want to give that a follow. We play Wigan tomorrow, and as we all know, Wigan have scored, and don't we know about it? But again, Fleetwood versus Wigan. You don't need to remind me. I know TikTok. I thought, something. I'll just do it for a little bit of fun. Got nothing else going on in my life, mate. Already followed, my guy. Right, so the season review will start now. We're going to try and keep it under a minute, but we're just going to literally go off the season, how I think they've done, and we're going to go from Saturday's game, so we'll blend into one. So Accrington, they played Wycombe, so we'll do like Accrington, then Wycombe, and then MK Dons, Bolton will come. So whoever your team played will come in the alphabetical order of the matches at the weekend, home away. So again, we're going to start off with Accrington Stanley. Now, Accrington at home this season have been brilliant. Again, they've had 18 home games, and they've won 10 of them, drawn 4, lost 4, to pick up 34 points from a possible 54 available to them. And they've got goal scorers like Hambleton, Pell, Bishop. They did lose Dion Charles, and everyone thought, we're a bit worried about Accrington this season. The recent form, 1-2, lost 2, won again. McConville's got 13 League One assists this season, the most in the division. No one's really talked about what a season he had. He got another assist at the weekend at the WAM. They've kept 9 clean sheets. Again, they're pretty solid. They've been nowhere near relegation zone all season, and they've been near to the playoffs. I think they'll be disappointed that they haven't kicked on towards that marker, but another season in League One that looms for Stanley is another good season. And again, shoestring budget, very well done. Accrington Stanley have had a great season, plenty of goals in there, and plenty of ups and downs in there. Some good results. The likes against Fleetwood and Rotherham are the better ones as well. Some bad ones that especially on the road that they'd like to avoid. Wycombe. Now this is deja vu. Start really well, end really poorly. Get towards February, March. There's not going to be a pandemic, though, to help them this season, I don't think. At home, they've been great. 9 wins, 4 draws, 4 defeats. A little bit like Accrington. And this isn't a bad result. But when you've lost 4 of your last 7, it's not a great sign that, you don't want to be going into the final stage of the season without form, especially the form that MK Dons, Oxford are showing at the moment. They're on fire at the moment, and Rotherham are pretty solid as well. They've only got Vokes, really, that I can feel like can score a lot of goals. You've got Hanlon, who can score a few, McCleary, but Vokes, again, they can see too many shots per game, that's a fact. 1.4 goals against, they need to shorten that for a Wycombe side. To concede three away at Accrington, three against Wigan, 5 against Cheltenham. They need to improve at that, but I do think Wycombe, 55 points. If they can get another 22, 23, they're in the conversation of a playoff spot, and Gareth Ainsworth is that man. Cheltenham, 1 minute they're really good, 1 minute they're really down, pretty cagey, League One, mid-table side. Would you have taken that at the start of the season? Of course they would. Again, if they win one, draw one, lose one, you're going to stay up over the course of a season. That's 1.5, pretty much. Is it 1.33 points per game? It works out at, which is, a really good tally over the season. You're going to look to get 60, 61 points. You're going to be about 15 away from the playoffs. You're going to be about 10 or 12 away from the relegation zone. So you're going to take in that. Alpha made 15 goals, 3 assists, unbelievable player. Eteti's come in, done well, scored at the weekend. Disappointing result to Crewe. But again, they scored 12 goals in the last 6 games. So they are firing, just need to keep that back door shut. And, game management at times. But again, good football club, good football inside, nice little ground, great manager. They'll be absolutely okay this season. A poor result, but they need to bounce back as soon as possible. Crewe, then we'll come to a break to read your comments. Crewe, again, won their second away win of the season. That is away wins at Cheltenham and Morecambe now this season. They are bottom of the pile on 25 points. Halfway points to safeties, points towards safety, but well over halfway through the games. The home form, they ranked 24th in the division. Away form, they ranked 24th in the division. They conceded 1.8 goals per game, which is the 23rd most in League One. They have got goal scorers in Chris Long and Mikael Manjan, but bar that, they are not a good enough side. They concede too many chances. Again, their shots on target going forward, they average 1.8 per game. Let's be honest, you're not going to score 2 a game. You're going to score maybe a third of your chances. Scoring 0.6 goals a game isn't going to win you many games because the defence is leaky as Crewe. They don't create big chances. Again, only Doncaster are worse than them in chances created as well. And that is why I think Crewe are done and dusted. We're 6th of the way through our League One roundup. And we'll come to your comments. If you could give this stream a like, that'd be appreciated as well. Let's try and get towards 60 likes. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to like and subscribe. So for till I die. I don't feel bad for Wycombe or Timper play terrible football. For me, I don't care how teams play football. If you can win games, there's more than one way to get through in League One. Wednesday till I die, Wycombe is out on top 6. I think so at the moment. Plymouth slipping away. They've lost the last 2. They won the previous 4. So if you think about it, it's still 12 points from 6 games, which is 2 points per game. So if they go and win the next 4, they could, go and lose next week. They're still on promotion getting form. We're going to beat you 3-0 on Saturday. Only 3-0. Tell you what, you're a bit negative. Oxford top goal scorers. Yes, we'll come to them in a minute. But the next side that I want to cover is AFC Wimbledon, who played Doncaster at the weekend. At home this season, they have played 17 home games. They've won 2, lost 4, drawn 11. They were 2-0 up in this one. They've drawn 9 of their last 15 games. They've lost 6, so they're 15 without a win. And this is where you think, is Robinson in a little bit of trouble here? Because they have got a history of sacking a manager, getting a bounce, and then, going up a little bit as well. The last one on the 7th of December away at Accrington on a Tuesday night, a 2-0 win. The last one at home on the 23rd of November against Crewe, 3-2 win that day. They've only won 1 game at home on a Saturday afternoon on the 4th of September. 4th of September, that is. That was a long time ago, believe me. It's nearly 200 days ago that they last went at home on a Saturday. And, put it that way, I wouldn't want to wake up on a Sunday morning as a Wimbledon fan at the minute. They have got goal scorers. Radani on 8, McCormick 6, Hassel 6. but there's no Joe Pigott. And when you've got Joe Pigott up front, you're not going to win as many games as football. And that's what Wimbledon, have had this start of the season very well, but again, dropped off like a blue arse fly. So just been one of those seasons for Wimbledon. Doncaster, now they have improved. Now, what I thought I'd do, I did a comparison between Richie Wellens and Gary McSheffrey to see how much they'd improved. Now, under Gary McSheffrey, they've won 5, drawn 1, lost 11. Now, that's 16 points from a possible 17 games. That's 0.94 points per game. That'll get you about 42, 43 points over a 46-game season. Now, if you're looking at that, this season, I think you'd only be 7 short, which is still a lot, but for Doncaster, where they've been, under Wellens, they'd won 3, drawn 2, lost 12. So, again, 17 games, 11 points, 0.7 points per game. That over a 46-game season, let's be honest, not enough. You're looking at about 32, 33 points. So they've improved by about 12 points. Now, the difference in 12 points is huge because that is the difference between Doncaster and Cheltenham, who are having a flying season. So, again, they started scoring a few more goals. They scored 28 all season, 13 at home, 15 away. But I do think they'll go down. They have improved, but they haven't improved enough of late. MK Dons, they just keep winning. They keep winning and keep winning. They've got goals, they've got flair, they've got everything. The form, they've won the last 3 games. They're unbeaten in 8. They've won 6, drawn 2. They've only lost 1 game in 14. They've only lost 2 in 17. They've only lost 3 in 22. Whatever the way you put it, the form is unreal. Away from home, they score goals. They keep clean sheets. They've had some big away performances this season. They beat Burton in the last minute with a Scott Twine, won the goal. They beat Sunderland of late. Again, Scott Twine up to 14 goals for the season. You got Mohamed Ayesa on 9. At home, 9 wins as well. Away, they've won 10. And when you've got that consistency through the board, they lost the manager 6 days before the season started. Has that hindered them? Absolutely not. They're absolutely fine and they're going to win the playoffs. I said it last week. I'll say it today. They're the team. Them and Oxford, playoff final for me at the moment, unless they get each other in the semi-finals, which would be an unbelievable 2-legged display, believe me. And 2 contrasting styles as well. Again, Bolton. So only the second defeat away at MK Dons in 11 games. They'd won 8 of the previous 10. They'd lost 1, drew 1. At home this season, they've been better than away. They've won 10 of those 17 at home. Away, not so great. That's where a lot of their defeats have come. They went through that barren patch where they only scored 1 goal in 9, I think it was, as well. They got Aflon, Bakayoko, Charles scoring goals. And the big players for them this season have been the players that have come through the window in January. Trafford, Morley, Fossey, Dempsey and Charles. Those 5 especially have made a big impact on that football club. They're 7 points off the playoffs. They're now 20 points off the bottom 4. Now, I went to Bolton Wickham about 5 weeks ago and I said they could go down. Poof, boy, have they proved me wrong. And a great bit of form for Bolton Wanderers. Lincoln City. Now, when you don't keep clean sheets like they were doing last season, you're not going to win many football games. And that is why they've got the 23rd worst home record in the division. They've only won 4. They've drawn 4, lost 10, picking up 16 points from a possible 18 at home. They've lost the last 3. They've only scored 1 goal in them. 1 win in 7 or 4 wins in 18. 3 wins in the last 17 games at home, taking away the opening home victory away at home to Fleetwood away. The next 3 games are tough. They've got Wednesday, Ipswich and Wimbledon. You've got to go and beat Wimbledon at home, Wimbledon away from home, but that's no easy task. And they got Wednesday and Ipswich, who are 2 big games, but no pressure. Scully's on a bit of a drought. Marcus is scoring a couple. They got Whittaker. They've had a poor season, but I don't think they should sack Michael Appleton. I think they should stick with him and give him the summer. That is my personal belief. Gillingham, they're literally like they just won't go. They're staying up like a fighter. You put them down, they'll go again. Under Neil Harris, they've been much better. As many wins under Neil Harris in 7 games as under Evans in 28 games. So again, a huge turnaround. You know, they've got 11 points, 1.6 points a game under Harris as well. Oliver's scoring goals again. Bolton, Doncaster and Charlton coming up next. If they can go and get 4 or 5 points from those 3 games, they're in with a shot. They're getting close to getting out of the bottom 4, but they played more games, which is the big issue there. But a resilient Gills, and that's what they've needed. You know, the players are fighting again. And when you've got that, you've got a chance. Don't think Watford will go through the league since... Ben, sorry I missed you Saturday. What a strange game. What game? What game are you on about? Did we play Saturday? Did Fleetwood play Saturday? Who did we play? Oh, we got postponed, didn't we? Yeah, I remember now. MK Dons definitely seem to be a tough team to beat, mate. They're the best team in League One by a mile for me. But Rotherham and Wigan, who are 2 teams that are out of this world, basically. Fleetwood aren't going to be holding the lead. Tell you what, I'll be honest with you guys, right? A couple of the Fleetwood players, right, you know, who came on loan, they wanted to own pets, didn't they, when they came down, you know, own an animal. But the RSPCA won't allow it because, you know, we can't keep anything on the lead. So they're not allowed anything that, you know, that goes on the lead. Oxford United, wow. 18 wins, 8 draws, 9 defeats. They're form. They've won the last 3. They've scored 11 goals in the last 4. You've got Taylor, Brannigan, Baldock scoring goals. Matty Taylor, in 114 games for Oxford, has scored 55 goals. 55 goals. That is just less than 1 in every 2 games. That is literally 21, 22 goals a season. Wow. Sign him on loan. He's been prolific for him, and he's one of the reasons they're in this situation. You know, you got Brannigan in midfield who's on 12. I know he scored a few penalties, but although Brannigan's in my team of the season, he's a bit like George Grant of last year, that attacking midfielder that can get you goals. Again, home 11 wins, 4 draws, 3 defeats. Away 7 wins, 4 draws, 6 defeats. Again, unbelievable. I love Carl Robinson. It's gun-ho football. Attack. Balls into the box. High energy, high press. Wow. Oxford will get the playoffs easily for me. And I'd love to see Oxford versus MK Dons in the playoffs. I'd pay good money to watch that game because 2 good sides. In fact, I hope it's a semi-final because I think a playoff game might ruin the game, I think, because I think Wembley, the heat of the game, you know, just pressure changes football matches and football players. Again, Cambridge, who they beat 4-2. Now, Cambridge has scored 2 goals in the last 4 games. So 2-2, 2-2. Still not getting enough results for that. You know, Smith has scored 6 in the last 4. So again, good bit of form for him. He's up to 11 goals now, Sam Smith. He's definitely feeling in the boots for Joe Ironside. And again, home and away, they're pretty much similar. It's the first defeat in 4 games. You know, they're having a good season. You're on 44 points, getting really close to safety. Mark Bonner, good job. You know, a lot of good players been out injured this year. You know, defence been leaky at times. But overall, I think they've had a good season. And, you know, they are where they are for a reason. Next up, Morecambe. Stephen Robinson gets out the door. By the way, how he has the cheek go to St Mirren after winning 3 of his last 23 games. 3 of his last 23 games he won, by the way. I said last week he was lucky enough not to get sacked at Morecambe. I thought that was a very talented squad he had. And aside that, I don't think he's bottom 4 quality when you've got someone like Stockton or Beaker. You know, Adam Phillips, Wildig, Anthony O'Connor, Greg Lee. These are good players, good League One players. Some could easily play in the Championship. Again, you look at the bit of form. The last 7, draw, loss, draw, loss, draw, loss, draw. 4 points. If you can turn one of those defeats into a loss, you're looking at a point a game. However, they've not done that. 1 win in 8, 2 wins in 11, and 3 wins in 24. Now, that for me is worrying. The good thing is for them, the wins have come against sides near them as well in that little bit of run. You know, they've beaten... You know, one of those results was away at Fleetwood where Stockton scored from the off. Well, I imagine if he didn't score that, where they'd be now. You they beat Doncaster at home as well, didn't they? So that's 2 of the 3 wins. Some of those wins were 3-0 down, 4-3. So they show good character. Adams is back. Wildig scores again. He's created his best stats under Derek Adams. Late runs into the box, scores goals. To be disappointed that they didn't win the game. Plymouth, Bolton, Cheltenham, Shrewsbury and Wigan next up for the Shrimps. You've got to be looking to get 7 points if you want to stay up in League One this season. Ipswich again, 24 points, 12 games. West Burns into double figures in all competitions. Again, Macaulay Bonne still on 12 goals, needs to get that tally back up. They've only lost 2 games at home, Morecambe. Away from home, they've only won 6 games, which is a worry. 6 games out of 18. You need to up that a little bit to 8 or 9, win half your away games if you can. They've improved points tally under the last 12 compared to the 12 under Cork. Last 12 under Cork, 1-6, drew 2, lost 4. Under McKenna, 1-7, so an extra game 1. 3 draws, an extra draw, and 2 defeats. So 2 less losses that they've turned into, a win and a draw, which is, 2 points a game over the course of a season. It adds up. He's 8-10 points over the course of the season. It's the difference between, finishing 9th and 10th, where they've been all season, and being in the top 6. And if they can still score goals and find that way, they'll be with a shout. They've got Fleetwood on Saturday, which will be an interesting game. Burton Albion lost 4 of the last 7. They're missing Jefferson. They are missing Jefferson. It's an absolute disgrace that he's been called back. They're sitting on a bench and getting 2 or 3 minutes there, 4 minutes there. He's scoring goals. His top goal scorer was 7. He was flying. It was just a shame that he's been called back. He scored 16 of the 42 goals from set pieces. The season's done now, but this time last year they were just getting going in the season and just about getting enough points to catch up with teams that they'd been a way off. So to drive of a season like this, then have a season like they did last year. So again, a much improvement for the Brewers, but again, it'll be one of those where a few Burton fans will be disappointed, to say the least. But that's the expectations of Burton. They spent a lot of money of late. If you've seen some of the players that they brought into that football club. Shrewsbury, their second away win of the season. Both have been to nil. 3-0 away at Fleetwood, 2-0 away at Burton. They're now 6 above the drop. Again, they've got the best defence in the bottom 12. They've only conceded 35. Lincoln are next on 46. So again, you compare defences in that bottom area. It's going to be their defence that keeps them up. However, they are the lowest goal scorers, bar the bottom 3 in Gillingham, Crewe and Doncaster. So you can see why they're down there. If they scored a few more goals, they'd probably be up there. But if they scored a few more goals, they're more likely to concede a few goals. You've got Adoa, Bowman and Leahy scoring goals as well. Again, I like Shrewsbury. I think they're okay, and he's doing a good job there. Sheffield Wednesday should batter Fleetwood. Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday, lads. Oh dear. Hiya, mate. How you doing? I've got a feeling Sunderland will finish 6th and win the playoffs. We can all have a dream, mate. We can all have a dream. If Fleetwood go down, which players do you think will be sold and released? Oh, good question. Paddy Lane will go. Danny Andrew will go. Cairns will go. All the good ones will go, put it that way. Portsmouth. Oh God. Anyway, thanks for watching today's show. So Portsmouth again, really good. Again, 10 points collected from the last 4. Good, 2.5 points a game. A late win away at Shrewsbury in the week, and then they go and get a 3-3 draw at home to Fleetwood. Were they taking that before the game? No. Were they taking that on 44 minutes? Yes, at 3-0 down. Great character shown there. They scored 13 goals in the last 5 games, so they're scoring enough goals to win matches. They just got to keep that back door shut. Where they had a period in about late December, early January, didn't they, where they kept 6 or 7 clean sheets in a row. Just need to get back to that. Fleetwood cut them apart very easily, I thought, for 3 goals. And we got into the box, late runs into the box, caused them havoc, and they just opened up like a can of sardines, and, away they were. So, again, you've got Harnish, O'Brien, you've got Jacobs, you've got Curtis, you've got enough goal scorers in that team. And, again, I do think they're going to be a bit short of the playoffs, but I do think they'll have a go. And we'll go into the promotion race later. I have put them in because they are behind Bolton, but I do believe Portsmouth are more in it than Bolton. If I'm honest with you, Fleetwood. Now, again, magic for 44 minutes on Saturday. Brilliant. Probably one of the best 44 minutes displays I've seen. Great away performance. You know, hard as nails, bodies in the way. Good, great on the counter-attack. Moved the ball well. Pilkington went off injured, and you think, ooh. And then they could see 3 late goals. They go to a back 4, then they go 5-4-1, then they try and shore it out as 5-5-0. Didn't really have anyone up front. 2 bank to 5 breakers down. We certainly did that. Tell you what, me and Jan didn't like it. I tell you what, lads, you're going to see me at my funeral because it's coming. Look at Fleetwood, right? I had a look at the stats. Fleetwood this year, 5 clean sheets. In games, they conceded once, 8 times. Twice, 11 times. They conceded 3 in a match 7 times this season. 7. That's what? 1 in 4.5 games. They conceded 4 none, so great defensively, lads. And they conceded 5 once. This is where we are. We've been involved in 103 goals this year. They're scoring enough. We've got enough firepower. It's just these, you know, stupid decisions at times. And, you know, we open up and, you know, make mistakes. I counted 5 mistakes for their 3rd goal. Again, get committed. Again, out of position. Again, we don't win the flick on. Again, he goes through. You know, Garner, Biggins, Lane, Andrew. To make things worse for Fleetwood, Paddy Lane was holding his left hamstring on Saturday. So I said all season, our season relies on Paddy Lane. And if Paddy Lane gets injured, Fleetwood will go down. I just hope Paddy Lane isn't injured because I do think that would happen without Paddy Lane. But fair play to Portsmouth. They went to the end. And again, they deserve the point overall. But said that, a good away point for Fleetwood, at a point that Fleetwood fans probably weren't expecting. So you've got to have a look at the positives going into Wigan away tomorrow night. Next up, Plymouth. Well, they won 4, lost the last 2 to Cambridge and now Rotherham. Come on, you're losing to Rotherham at home. We'll come to them in a minute. They've got Morecambe and Wimbledon up next. You've got to go and win those 2 games of football if you want to go up. At home, that is where they're stronger. However, 8 of their last 13 games are at home park. Now, this could be huge to them of a bit of a playoff charge because if they can keep winning at home, the away form, they can pick up the odd point there. So the home form's going to be vital. So 8 out of 13 is a strong finish. You want normally, if you want 13, you want 7 home games, 6 away, but you've got 8 to 5. So again, a big chance for Plymouth to get into those playoffs. A really, really good season, although they've lost the manager, loads of disturbances. Hardy, Jeff got still scoring goals. I respect them as a football club. I really like them. So, you know, fair play to him. Rotherham, they've won 8 out of the last 9 games. 25 points, by the way. They've drawn 1. Unbeaten in that run. They've lost 1, by the way, before that. They've lost twice, by the way, in 28 matches. Twice in 28 matches. Since Fleetwood beat them 4-2. Only Accrington and Fleetwood since have beat them. That is unbelievable. They could be on 81 points on the 4th of March. They could be on 102 points on the 15th of April. They could finish on 111 points. I think they could break the record for 1, 100 points, and 2, the most points in a League One season. I think Leicester hold it with 104, is it? I think they could beat it. I think they could be the first team to beat it. They keep clean sheets. They score goals. You've got Ladapo on 11. You've got Smith on 18. You've got Wiles on 7. You've got Barlasser. You've got, you know, a strong core. And I got asked today by my mate, why are Rotherham so good? What, have they changed something? No, they haven't. They stayed loyal to a manager, to a process. They brought his players in. They haven't splashed the cash. Yet they bought a couple of flair players, but they've stuck with them. They haven't sold them if they've been poor. He stuck to a similar formation. The fans trust him if they go on a bad run. Trusting in football is a lot of things. And this is why Rotherham will go straight up. And this is why Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday, Portsmouth, Sunderland, Bolton, you know, will all struggle to get out of League One. And this is why Rotherham doesn't struggle. Look at the Rotherham United motto. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Rotherham. Wednesday won 6 of the last 7, but I think they're getting a few withdrawal symptoms, if I'm honest with you. They've not drawn in 12 games. What's going on? They've won 8, drawn, lost 4. Normally, you've got to win 4, draw 4, lose 4. Sheffield Wednesday, no. Again, great form. Again, to go and get 18 out of 21. The only game that they lost was to Rotherham. Again, they're in the playoffs, which is a good sign. They've got some games in hand as well. 34 points at home, 24 points away. On an awful pitch, that isn't bad. Could that maybe hinder them towards the end of the season? Lack of goal scorers isn't proving an issue right now, but they've got goals that spread throughout the squad. So a really, really good sign for Sheffield Wednesday at the moment. Always get the feeling there was a lot of mutual respect between Wigan and Fleetwood fans. Ticks seem not the cards to stay up, and we hope Wigan got regardless of tomorrow's result. Spot on. I like Wigan Athletic as a football club. I was devastated to hear what they had last time. Although I don't like Ali Cragshaw and I don't like the 19th of December and I don't like what they did to me because it's let me into a meltdown. So, bar that, Wigan, you're a good football club. Please don't beat Wigan. Please beat Wigan. MK Dons, by the way, should be in a conversation to be top 2. No one's talking about MK Dons top 2. They're coming. I'm telling you. Morecambe will go down now. I said 6 weeks ago this vlog it will be between Fleetwood and Doncaster. Don't worry, Ben, we're down. I think you've got more of a chance now. You've got Derek Adams. That is my You know something? While you're at Stephen Robinson, I was sat there thinking, not a chance. I now think it's between us, Wimbledon, and you. But I think Wimbledon could go down because Wimbledon are atrocious. Next up, Charlton. Oh, they've lost 5 on a row. 39 points. They're back in the dogfight by the back in. Sorry, I'll reword that. I didn't mean to say. They're back in a relegation scrap. 8 points off the bottom 4. They've been involved in 88 goals this year. They've only kept 9 clean sheets. Now Innes is injured has got an injury as well, which is a big loss for them. They've only got Washington and Stockley who score goals. Lecco will score the odd one, and they've got Chuks and Ike who's come through, and they've been on awful form since being back. So again. One of those, but yeah, again, I think they're awful form at the minute. They'll bounce back. They just need this season to end so they can go again next year, in my opinion. Wigan Athletic. Wow. Now, I don't know what to say about Wigan because normally they set themselves so high standards that you just think that they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose 3-0. But in football, sometimes these things happen. It's how they bounce back. Every time Wigan have had something go against them, fair play to them. They've always had that bounce back ability. Who do they play tomorrow? Fleetwood. So that'll come back in my face. I said bounce back ability, and they've had that all season. I just think on the day Sunderland played really well. Wigan didn't. And it's one of those where they just have to bounce back. And, they've won 1 in 3, which is poor form for Wigan. You know what I mean? This is the standards that they've set all season. You've got to remember that where, they kept 1 clean sheet in 4 awful bit of form. Away from them, they've only lost 2, by the way, of 16. Sunderland will be the only team to do the double on them. I'm sure of that. Opening day fixture and all that. They've only won 3 of the last 8. Yeah, but they've only lost 2. So they still picked up 12 points. So a point and a half a game. A little bit under where they need to be. They've got Keane, who's got 20 goal contributions this season, 15 goals, 5 assists. They've got Long, 12 goals, 5 assists. McLean, 7 goals, 6 assists. McGuinness just needs a goal. As soon as Josh McGuinness gets a goal, I think he'll be up and running. 8 games now without a goal. Again, big pressure on him. Maybe take him out the team for a little bit and let him come back in a bit fresh. But again, Sunderland's unbelievable. Well done. First win in 7 games. They lost 4, drew 2 of those. 5 of the last 6 wins actually for Sunderland have been to 0. So that's a good little bit of a stat. But it shows maybe if they concede 1, they're not going to win the game at times. So you could take that stat however you like it. 59 points, 24 of them have come away. Their away record, it's 1-6. Drew 6, lost 6 at home, won 11, drawn 2, lost 4. Got to improve that away from if they want to go up. Charlton, Fleetwood, Crewe and Lincoln up next. Lads, if you're not getting 10 points minimum out of that takes you to 69 points with your last 7, 8, 9 games. That is a big big 4 games. These 4 games will defy Sunderland's season, whether it's going to be a playoff charge or it's going to be another season in League One. The end, basically. Now, Jay Matete, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I think he is the best footballer in the world. Now what I said about Jay Matete, Sunderland fans, I'm not singing for you, right? I'll get to see him next week, can't wait. He runs forward like the ball is glued to him, and he gets himself through gaps that I didn't know there was a gap, and he'll be on the ball and he'll just go turn, bang, and away he goes. Powerful on the ball. He's so good in the air. Everyone goes, oh, he's so little. He's unbelievable. He's so agile. He can jump about 10 feet tall. And also he's passing ability. He could find room in a single bed with Gemma Collins in it. He's unreal. Sunderland. Someone said to me, no disrespect, how's he at you? Well, I'm not being funny. We've got one of the best academies in the EFL, and anyone would want to come to Fleetwood because they know they're going to get into our first team. We'll develop them and sell them on for a good fee, and they'll get a good move. I'm surprised that, no disrespect to Sunderland, by the way, because they're a massive football club and they will get back on track, and I do hope they do go up. But I'm surprised he's in League One with Sunderland. Now, I said if Sunderland don't go up in the next 18 to 24 months, he will not be there. He'll be up to the Championship. I could even see him in a Palace or a Burnley or a Brighton type of side. And those types of footballers that like a battle, he's going to go and play in the Premier League, and he will make Sunderland some serious cash. Unbelievable signing. And he will be the difference. He'll be the difference between Sunderland not being in League One and Sunderland being in League One. That is a difference by a mile for me. And again, it's just, one of those. Now, the League One relegation zones. Now, I've divided the table into 3 bits now. I think we can do that. I think we're looking at a 10-team relegation battle. Now, Charlton and Shrewsbury, I do believe, will be fine. So you can cut that down to 8. Now, from Lincoln downwards, you've got Lincoln 35, Fleetwood 33, Wimbledon 33, Morecambe 31, Gills 30, Doncaster 29, Crewe 25. Lincoln, they're on a slope. I do think Doncaster will go down because they played 2 more than Crewe. They played 1 more than Gillingham. They played 2 more than Morecambe. They played 2 more than Wimbledon. They played 4 more than Fleetwood and 3 more than Lincoln. And that will come back to bite them in the end, and they'll go back to, the points telling they were. They're only 4 points off, but there's still a long, long way to go. There's going to need at least 18 points to stay up from the last 10, which looks doable, but again, a tough ask. You can only maybe lose 3 games or 4 games. Crewe are done. Gills are showing fighting spirit, but I think they're still a very poor side, and I think they will go down. They have got hope, and I think the relegation is going to come between Morecambe, Fleetwood, and Wimbledon. Now, Fleetwood's game in hand are against Sunderland and Wigan, by the way, so I'm both away. So if they lose them, all of a sudden you're looking at 31, 33, 33 with the same games, and anyone can do it. And that is where maybe Gills get dragged in. So I think any 2 from Gills, Morecambe, Wimbledon and Fleetwood and Lincoln could go down. I think Lincoln will be okay. I think Morecambe are on a slope, so I do think Morecambe. I think if anyone was to get out, it's going to be Morecambe. But I think Wimbledon could go because they're dreadful, awful form right now. And no, it's going to be one of those seasons. Oh, Tony. I think, oh no. Who do I think will play at the higher level? Paddy Lane or Jay Matete? Oh my God. I think they can both play in the Premier League. I'm going to go easy. I think they can both play at the same level in the Premier League. I think there'll be more demand on Paddy Lane because of what he can do in terms of goals and assists and change a game. So I think Paddy Lane will be more favoured. But Jay Matete is a silent type that you want in your team that maybe teams will look for a warrior midfield. And if you think about it as well, more teams play midfield. You get more midfielders than wingers, really, don't you? So maybe positions could be a factor as well. I think Matete is an unbelievable, like, player. Jamie Tetty is unbelievable. He will go on, but Paddy Lane, I tell you what, that man is different gravy. Like, we don't talk about Bisto gravy. We talk about, like, nearly, probably just a little bit better than KFC type of gravy. He's unbelievable. Like, left foot, right foot, bang. Now we're going to talk about the top of League One. And again, you know, I'm going to get a bit of a neck pain by looking up to the top of League One. All I've been doing this season is looking a little bit down. I've had 11-team promotion fight. I don't think Portsmouth are in it. They're 10 points off. So I think they're way off. I think Bolton are off it. I think then you've got 9 teams. You've got Rotherham and Wigan, I think, will go up as top 2, but MK Dons will push them. I think MK Dons and Oxford will definitely get into the playoffs. Then there's 2 places available. I think Wednesday will sneak in. And then you've got Sunderland, Plymouth, Wycombe or Ipswich. At the minute, I don't fancy Wycombe. I don't fancy Plymouth. It's between Sunderland and Ipswich. And I wouldn't like to guess. It's a 6-point gap at the minute, and 6 points over 11 games isn't a lot. It's 2 games. I don't know. I don't want to call it, but that, in my opinion, is going to be a big. That could go down to the last day. That if you asked Ipswich fans 20 games ago, would you take, if you won on the last day getting into the playoffs, I think you would have taken that. If you asked them 40 games ago, 33 games ago, they would have said, "Are you joking? We're going to win the league with 100 points." But Ipswich, Bolton, Portsmouth, Wednesday and Sunderland, who sit 5th, 6th, 9th, 10th and 11th, look at first and second how they do their business. Look at first and second how they treat their managers. Look at first and second how they treat the managers when they're going through a bad patch. Look at how the managers treat the players when they're going through a bad patch. Look at the managers when, you know, they're being questioned. Look at the supporters. They don't question the manager because they know they're in good hands. That is the difference. And that is why Rotherham and Wigan will go up over Hughes every day of the week. And I mean every day of the week. So it's just one of those. And, you know, they've been unbelievable all season, Rotherham and Wigan. Wigan have been, you know, unbelievable away. They've given you some, you know, last-minute goals, last-minute drama. You know, when you don't think they can come back, they always do. And, you know, they're in this situation for a reason. And, you know, Rotherham are the same. They're a bit more solid. But solid wins championships. And, you know, defences win tournaments. Defences win titles and defences win promotions. And that's why they're in the top 2. And, you know, Rotherham conceded 19 goals all season in 34 games. That's less than half a goal. That's what? Just less than half a goal a game. Just more than half a game. Just more than half a goal a game, which is unbelievable. Fair play to him. Predictions of Fleetwood versus Ipswich. 1-1. Paddy Lane showing signs of championship quality already. Consistency is the issue, but he's young and important. If I was a championship manager, I would sign Scott Twine and Paddy Lane in the summer. Yes, you could get those 2 for 2.5 million, 3 million quid. Easily. But then you've got 2 very young players that you could easily sell on for, I reckon you could get 20 million for both players in 5-6 years, the rate they're going. Scott Twine could go for 20 million on his own, by the way. And that's a big shout, that. I've seen him. Unbelievable, that lad. He scored 14 last year in League 2/League 1. He's already on 14 this year. Bailey got Farrell most clean sheets. Yeah. Thoughts on Cheltenham? I like him a lot. Again, so this is the time. Q&A for 5 minutes, and then we'll end the show. And if you'd like to ask anything before we go, again, we'll have a vlog tomorrow on the channel against Wigan, which I'm looking forward to. Lots of interviews planned. I hope you enjoyed the vlog on Saturday. We've changed up the vlogs again just to mix it up before the end of the season as well. A lot more interviews coming your guys' way. If you're new to the channel, by the way, and you've not already, please subscribe. Give the socials a follow. FTSC Nappers on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram as well. So if you want to go and follow on there. And if you could give this video a like, that would be appreciated. Best keeper in the league, Jamie Cumming for me. I like him a lot. It's a big shout, but Cumming is well up there. You know, he was in a poor Gills side. Now he's at a good MK Don side, and you've seen his real quality. Or Gavin Bazunu at Portsmouth. I really like him as well. I think he's Ireland's #1 for a reason over Kellier, who played for Liverpool yesterday. Benny's the Mad Darlow fan. Good to see you, mate. Pollock is class, let's be honest. Yeah. Thoughts on Callum Lang? By the way, I love Callum Lang. I wanted him at Fleetwood when he was at Morecambe. And then he went Morecambe, then he went Oldham. I wanted him. When Motherwell, I wanted him at Fleetwood. Then you had to play all your kids. He played, did really well. Again, kept him, still want him at Fleetwood. Now he's doing really well. I've loved him for a long time. I think he's a superb player, and he definitely will play at least a championship. But there's a big difference between League One and the Championship. You've seen with Clark Harris, you've seen with Jerry Yates, you've seen with Smodux, who's do really well at this level and struggle the league up. Doesn't always happen. Look at Ivan Toney, but Callum Lang's young, hungry, and he's got 250, 300 EFL appearances to his name. He's over 50 goals as well. So yeah, he's well good. I hope we keep Matty Pollock in the Championship next year. Yeah, great player. Who remembers David Wheater again? Great player again. It was unbelievable. Him and Beavis for Bolton at the back were Who's my favourite Fleetwood player? Paddy Lane or Cairns for me. Sheffield Wednesday best player, Barry Bannon. Where do you see Fleetwood in the next 5 years? Still in Fleetwood, no. League One. I think League One, Wes. League One for us. In my opinion, I'm surprised you think it'll be between us and Sunderland. I think us, Bolton and Portsmouth all had that playoff done on Saturday. No, Portsmouth are 10 points off, mate. Portsmouth are 10 points off with 14 games to go. It's a long way to make up that. Portsmouth need about 30 points to get into the playoffs, in my opinion, out of 42. I think you could need 78 points to get into the top 6 this year. Maybe 76. It's 28 and 14. 2 points a game is a tough ask. I don't think they're good enough. Bolton, I'm going to probably need 25, 26 points from the last 33 alone. Fact. Ipswich will be up there. I do think. I know they got 5 more points than Portsmouth and they played 3 more games. But I'd rather have 5 points from 3 games if I was Portsmouth. Wycombe, I think, are on a drought, and I think Ipswich are better than Wycombe, and I think Ipswich are better than Plymouth. And that's why I think it's going to be between you and Sunderland. I think Sunderland will just, under Alex Neil, they're tactically astute, and they'll get enough points. To have a go. Hi, cuz. Love your vlog. Thank you very much. Great result for you. Yeah, well done, mate. For you. If we're going to go Wednesday, yeah. What 14 we're going down? Crew, Gills, Donny, Morecambe for me. Our fans love him. Yeah, one of those. You Reds, the Doncaster fan, first of many in. Again, so we are going to end today's stream here. Again, it's gone very quick. Again, we've gone through every team's League One season. We've gone through the table and a small little bit of a Q&A to finish at the end. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I do really appreciate all the support on the channel at the moment. It's absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, we got over 4,000 views on Saturday. The vlogs are smashing out the park. Again, so many vlogs to come this season. Again, you look at it, Fleetwood have got, I think 14 huge League One matches to go now. Again, 14 huge vlogs coming your way, all being well. We're off to Wigan, then we've got Ipswich on Saturday, and we're away at Sunderland the Tuesday after. We're going to all 3, and then we go to Burton. So again, make sure you get subscribed, turn notifications on as well so you never miss another video. Get following the Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, FDSE Nappers, a load of content over there as well. Please remember to like and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you later. All the very best. Expect a vlog tomorrow at around 11:45/11 o'clock. Thank you very much. Up the cods.